it. All right, and welcome to our May Zoom call. We have with us tonight Karen and Nilda, who are on the call with us, and we're going to be talking about lots of different ideas for selling. And I welcome any input. So anyone on the call, if you guys want to jump in and share something you've done, or maybe you guys may have some ideas. I mean, because there's definitely ideas that I don't have on my list. So we just want to share with each other. And also, if you do have, a really good idea or something that's working for you, or even words to say, please go on our page and share it. Whether you do a live, if you're comfortable, you can do a Facebook Live, or if you just want to type it up. I know recently someone asked me words to say about sharing the opportunity and how, we get our commission in our profit in our commission now instead of a discount. And so some of those words that I used were, for somebody that's never done direct sales, they don't really know any other way. So one way to phrase that is you even make commission on products that you purchase. So anything like that, words to say, please pass them along. We would love to hear them. I did want to just mention that we do have the May is for Mothers sale, and that is all month long. And that's on the Bath and Body Care, the lip balm, the hydrating mist, and the charcoal mask. Those are great to have on hand for gift ideas. So you guys as consultants may want to order a few sets of those at least to keep on hand, especially for Mother's Day. If people want them last minute, you don't always have time for the shipment to come in, or, any kind of different event. So that's one of the things, but I did want to go ahead and do our 2 drawings. And then we're going to get started with the ideas. The first one is for Empower. Oh, it didn't save it. I thought I saved it. Let me see if it saved it. Oh, it did save it. Okay, good. So the Empower drawing was anyone that registered for the early bird special, which was $159. Your name goes in a drawing, and when we go to Empower, there's going to be a $20 bill in an envelope with your name on it, and you'll get it at Empower. And it is not too late to register for Empower. The price is $199, but we have plenty of room. We're going to share the cost of the hotel rooms. We'll room together. If you live local, you can even travel with us. So we are really looking forward to that. So I hope you guys can see there are, I believe, 3 people on this. We have Janya, Karen, and Regina. And for some reason, this wheel thing always adds 2. You put one name and it adds everybody twice. So
there you go.
Okay, so no, I'm sorry. It ends with Janya Davis. I was trying to read it. Like I'm trying to look at the camera, and the camera is doing that. So Janya Davis is the winner. So congratulations, Janya.
Hey, Janya.
And then the Don't Be a Chicken drawing. This was anyone that sent 5 videos and reported it to me. And I'm sure more of you did it and just didn't report it. And the winner of this drawing is going to get a $20 Chick-fil-A gift card. So that's going to be a lot of fun. By the way, did y'all know if you buy gift cards at Kroger, you can count them for fuel points? And sometimes they have 4 times. So just a little tip there, get your gift cards at Kroger, especially when they're having 4 times the fuel points. So in this drawing, we have Karen, Janya, Tasha, and Pam. Okay, so this time I'm going to click spin. And Karen, woohoo! So I'm going to wait for Empower to get that. I'm going to go ahead and drop that in the mail. So congratulations to Karen. All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, congratulations. All right. So a couple of ideas. I just kind of looked through and picked a few out. Sometimes it's good to just sit and make a list, and you're not going to try all these, but if you find 1 or 2 that might work for you, you can always do a mother-daughter skincare and makeup class. And this is really good because the daughters think their mothers know nothing, and they think you are an expert. So you can say the exact same thing to the daughter that the mother's saying, and they will listen to you. So this is how you get the moms on your side. You talk to the moms, and if they want their daughters to wash their face or to, however they want to do makeup, just let them know that's what I'm going to teach them. But I do hate it when, like, I'll tell the daughter, like, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to wash your face. And the mom says, So, okay, the moms do not need to say that.
No.
But I've had that happen as well. So just, look for, even if you had two moms and two daughters, and it can even be kids that are already hanging around all the time anyway, so they're already around each other. But those are great to do in small groups. I mean, I think the largest group I did one time, I think I had 17. It was like a birthday party. It was awesome. It was like $1,000 party. But I think there were like 17 girls. And then I did a little brief party with the girls, and the moms just observed. But it was great because the moms were buying skincare and the daughters all wanted makeup. So they were getting skincare and makeup. And that's what you get the most reorders on. So you can think about who you know that's got teenage daughters, especially younger teen daughters that maybe haven't gotten into, habits yet of how they like to do things. Maybe they're just getting started wearing makeup, and just go to that mom and say, hey, I'm actually looking for some mother-daughter skincare and makeup classes. So if you'd like to host one, you'll get hostess benefits. We can do it at my house, your house. We can do it at the park, outside. You can make it however that person wants to do it. But those are always fun. And then, of course, vendor booths or pop-up shops. These are starting to happen everywhere. And I'm kind of selective where I go and set up. You never know in advance. Sometimes you can go and you can set up and there's like 5 vendors and no people. But if you get one customer out of it, it can be well worth it. But I try to set up where I know it's a known event. It's something that happens every year. So you're going to have people, and it's going to be worth your while. And when you do these vendor events, my goal is never to sell anything the day of. I would rather have conversations and get their information, but you need to have a way for them to stop. Don't just wait for them to come over to your booth and ask. You will have some people that do that, but what I have learned to do with True Aura that works pretty well is give foundation samples. Now, let me qualify that. I don't have the foundation samples sitting there waiting on people to come and grab. I'll ask them, would you like a foundation sample? And if they say yes, then I have to say, okay, let me see what color you're going to be. I have to get it out. I have to squirt it into the tube. I have to write the name, put a sticker on it, get my business card. While I'm doing that, I'm saying, jot your information down here just so I can follow up and make sure, this is the right color for you and see how it works. I'm giving them instruction. And remember, our foundation, our liquid, does not have silicone. So it goes on a little differently. It's clean. So I tell everybody, use a damp sponge, a damp face, and you're going to love the way this glides on. Now, when I've done that, what have I just done? Instead of just handing people random samples, what have I done by having to choose all that?
Well, you've shown that you know what you're talking about, for one thing. I mean, you've shown a knowledge base on your own, and you've given them a pretty good picture of the difference that we are when you're telling them, this doesn't have silicone, and this, and you're also gleaning information from them, just having a conversation.
Mm-hmm. And also, I'm getting them to stop at my table for about 2 minutes, a minute and a half, 2
Instead
minutes.
of 10 seconds. Yeah.
Right. So otherwise, they might just grab a card and go. And sometimes they say, oh, I'll just take your card. And, you can't force them to leave their name and number. But I just let people know, hey, I just want to touch base and see if the color worked for you and get your feedback on that. I don't necessarily try to hit them while they're there in that 60 seconds or whatever it is with, oh, do you want to be a consultant? Do you want to be a hostess? Do you want to buy products? Do you want to be a TLC? That's not really the time to have those conversations. You're just you're offering them something. I'm offering them a product to try. And then of course I'm going to give them my card, and then I'm offering to follow up to see how everything goes. So you want to be careful not to come on too strong at the vendor booths. And I can say this because I've learned from experience what not to do. And you can kind of tell when the fear is in their eyes, like, lady, I don't know if I want to give you my information. So you just kind of have to kind of gently draw people in that way and just let them know that you can be a benefit and an asset to them. Okay, so Facebook Marketplace is a great way that you can get business. And I've done this before, haven't done this since COVID. And some of these ideas you may want to file away for later. Or, if you feel comfortable doing them now, or there's certain situations, you can certainly do that. But before COVID, what I would do every once in a while is I would find a Facebook Marketplace in my area. And I would say, hey, I'm looking for 3 offices this month, and I'm going to gift them with a skincare and makeup class. There's absolutely no charge for it, but I can only take 3 for the month of May. And if you have an office that you would like to nominate for this, send me the contact person's name and phone number. So I'm not really saying, do you want me to come to your office? I'm saying, who do you want to nominate? And then, of course, I call and follow up and say, I've just got, information on basic good skincare and makeup tips. And I do have a product that I sell, but the day that I come, it's not going to be about selling products. It's just going to be about showing them some really good tips. Now, however, if people are interested, I would like to follow up with them. The day I'm there is not to try to sell them product. And also, I mean, if you're doing it kind of like as an employee appreciation, and then they come in there and you're handing them order forms, they don't feel very appreciated. At the same time, I have had people say, can I buy products today? And I tell them, sure, if you want to, that's totally fine, but I don't want anybody to feel obligated. So that is definitely one way that you can get some leads. And I've never had, like if I've said 3, I've got like 1 or 2. I've never had more than 3. If you did get more than 3, you could always say, okay, I want to put them over in June. And you really don't want to do too many, because you can end up, especially back when school spas were the thing, and you get like 50 leads, and then the next week you do another one. You have to have time in between to follow up with these leads. Okay. Also, anytime I do a vendor event or employee appreciation event, I have a little form for them to fill out. It's like half a sheet of paper, which is their basic like name, phone number, best time to call, and then there's boxes they can check like, I'm interested in, hearing more about product, about, earnings opportunity, being a hostess, whatever. And then they can check. And I even put in there, no, thank you. And whenever I'm and that doesn't really apply at a vendor booth, because if they're filling that out, they want some kind of information or they're allowing me to call them back. But that no thank you kind of comes in handy whenever I'm doing like an employee appreciation event or a skincare class or makeup class, because I tell them before you guys leave, because they usually come in batches, like 3 or 4 at a time or whatever. And they say, usually I'll do a drawing. And it can even be for free shipping or a half price product, or it can be for, it doesn't even have to be for a true R product. It can be for anything you want to give. But typically I do a drawing and I say, okay, fill this out for the drawing and make sure you check at least 1 box. And it's okay if you want to check no thank you, but you're going to be really sad, because that means you're never, ever going to hear from me again. And usually when I say it like that, they don't check it, because, sometimes they do. And honestly, that's fine, because that lets me know who not to follow up with, and it just frees up my time. So those are some ways that I've done, gone into businesses and done that. And that is something that I'm going to begin to pursue again. I know some businesses will not be open to that just yet, but you never know. There may be some that are. And also, what do you call the health and wellness health fairs?
Mhm.
Health fairs can be good as well. Just know where you're going. I've done health fairs where I've gotten great leads, and I've done health fairs where it's people just coming through wanting free stuff. So you may
Mhm.
want to ask around to maybe some other people that have done that health fair and kind of gotten a feel for it. But whenever you go and you do an event like that and you don't get very good results, don't look at that day as a failure at all, because more than likely you're going to get to know some of the other vendors, and you also know one health fair not to do the next year. So you can kind of compile your list. Okay, a couple of things we can do online. One is to have a special on your client page. And this is an idea that I got from Pam Riley. She loved the spin the wheel thing that we did earlier. And what she does every month on her client page is everybody that places an order, she puts them into a drawing, and then she spins the wheel. And I'm going to do that on my client page. I had, already announced we were going to do that. And of course, with the sale, I think I have like 30 people that ordered. So that wheel is going to be jam packed. But Monday on my client page, I'm spinning the wheel and someone's going to get a free product. And I did say free product because I do have some things, a couple of the older skincare. So I'm going to put that in there as an option. I have some lipsticks in stock. So what I'm going to do is get with the winner and I'm going to show her, here's what you have to pick from. And she can pick from those. So that's something that I'm going to do. And then this coming month in May, I'm going to do a mystery hostess party. And I'm going to show like the benefits of being a hostess. And you can totally use the company hostess program as a guide, that there's no way to gift, like if they've placed orders all month for it to actually go through the company, because orders will have already been placed. You can use that as a guide and just give it to them off your shelf at those prices. But I think I'm going to simplify it a little bit and kind of come up with my own hostess plan just for this. So anybody of my customers, including TLCs, that place an order in the month of May, at the end of the month, I'm going to do a drawing, and someone is going to be the mystery hostess. So whatever the sales were for the month of people that ordered, whatever those sales were, they're going to get hostess benefits according to whatever that was. So that's what I'm going to do next month. Some other ideas, I think I'm going to do something different every month. Here's an idea I had: for every 5 orders, I'm going to do a drawing for free shipping for somebody. And how we do free shipping, there's no way we can deduct it. I just have them show me how much their shipping was, or you can actually look it up under volumes and then personal sales volumes, and then click on their order and it'll show you how much it was. So if I have 10 orders, I'm going to do 2 drawings, and then whoever wins, I'm going to refund them their shipping. So that's something I'm going to do probably next month. Another thing I've done before, it depends on the month. If it's February, it may be chocolates. If it's April or May, it may be flowers. Just whatever, where I put some things up and I say, pick a number and you get a discount or you get whatever. And so that I pick whatever goes in there, and it's like one item at 15%, your whole entire order at 20%, free shipping, $5 off. And again, anything that you give like that, you're going to need to just refund. But everybody's got Venmo or PayPal these days, so it's super easy to do that. I had a lady the other day that I gave her free shipping, or I gave her 10% off her order. It was my bad. I told her she could get 10% off because I didn't realize she already had an account. And then I found out she had already set up an account, and so she didn't qualify to get the coupon. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to send you 10%. So I sent her $7 through Venmo, and everybody was happy. So anything like that you want to do, just come up with something fun. And this is something you can do on your client page in Facebook. You also want to make sure you're inviting people to your client page. And one thing I didn't know, so I asked Megan, our social media expert, I know I've invited people and then it goes back and it looks like they're on there again. So what it is yes, if you invite them and they decline, their name is going to pop back up. So you may want to keep record, because I don't want to invite people 2 or 3 times and my memory is not the best. So I probably have already, but before I knew that. So you may want to keep a list of who you've invited. And because if they don't accept either way, I think it says pending. If they accept, of course, you'll see them join. And if they decline, then they show available to invite again. But make sure you're taking some time every day to invite people. And also, so say next month, I'm going to do the mystery hostess thing. Well, I'm actually going to advertise that on my personal Facebook page. And I'm going to say, hey, in my client page this month, I'm doing a mystery hostess program. And you know what? They have to be on my client page in order to participate in that. So I'm not even going to put them in the drawing unless they're in my client page. I'm just going to give somebody that randomly orders on my page this prize that they didn't even know about. So I want to create excitement. But if I see somebody that places an order and they're not on my client page, that's a good reason for me to text them or call them and say, hey, I know you placed an order this month. I'm doing a mystery hostess drawing. If you'd like to be in that drawing, all you have to do is join my page, because those are the only 2 requirements: be on my page and place an order. So I'm actually going to promote that and on my page, and I'm going to put a link to my client page on my personal page, but I'm giving them a reason to join there. So if that makes sense. So anytime you do a special, that's a good reason to do that. As long as you don't advertise too much on your personal page, then it's all good. People don't mind seeing that occasionally. You just don't want it to be too often, because then people will tend to scroll and not even read your post. Last year, and I think it was last year this month, we did the hand cream donation drawing, or the hand cream donation program. A lot of people did that, and you can totally do that on your own. And here's how I did it, but you can do it a different way. I always get 50% profit, because I always have at least 2,500 in sales. So I always know that my retail profit is going to be 50%. So what I did was for each hand cream purchased, I was going to donate one. So say Nilda is my customer and she purchases a hand cream for me this month, then I'm going to donate a hand cream. And I did it for 3 weeks in a row. And I said in advance, okay, the first week it went to Baptist DeSoto Hospital. Next week it went to cafeteria workers. And another week it went to the resident assistants at an assisted living where my mom had been. And that was really good response. I had a lot of people that said, I had one lady in particular that said, you know what, can I purchase 20 and you donate 20? Absolutely. Because for me, I was not losing any money and I was giving up my profit, but I was happy to do that because the product was getting into a lot of people's hands. And then of course, when I went and gave it, I wrapped it up, had my card in every one, and I took pictures and I put it on Facebook. If you're not where you make enough profit to give it away, you could totally do buy 2 hand cream. For every 2 hand creams purchased, 1 is going to be donated. Or for every 3 hand creams purchased, 1 is going to be donated. So you can really play that up in your customer page. And so anytime somebody places, an order like, hey, we've had 2 hand creams purchased, 1 more hand cream, and I'm donating 1 to whichever place that you want to give it to. You can make it go all month and then just do 1 donation. But that went really well. And that I didn't make any profit, but that really helped with my volume. So especially those of you who are trying to get to 1,500 or 2,500 so you maximize your profit, this is one way you can get there. So that was something really fun that we did that I kind of forgot about. And then it came up on Tom Hop and I was like, oh yeah, that was a really fun thing to do. So I probably, and especially with it being on sale this month, that's an even better because it's on sale, I think. Well, it's 15% off. So I'm not going to do math in my head, but what's that, like $17.50 or something or whatever it is. So the hand cream is going to cost them less than it normally would anyway. And for every however many, y'all do the math, about what your volume is. So, kind of factor that in. And that could be the thing that puts you over the hump to the next commission level. Also, you can do a fundraiser. There are people, especially this time of year, I know baseball's winding down. There's always people raising money for cheerleading or band or baseball or church camp or whatever event. And that's super easy. You can totally create a party through the back office so that you can see who else ordered on there. The hostess would still get those hostess benefits if you do that. And then you just decide the percentage. So you can say, okay, for, I'm going to give 10% of the profit, and you can make it increase. Like, so if it's 200 or less, you're going to get 10%. If it's between 200 and 500, you're going to get 15%. Come up with your own numbers. Okay. Because again, everybody has a different, commission that you hit each month because of the personal sales bonus, but you can give a certain percentage. And the thing about it is people are going to buy makeup and skincare anyway. Like, for example, I love Pampered Chef, but I was in 3 Pampered Chef parties at one time. And I had bought actually, I bought from the first 2 because I'm like, I really want to help them out. Then the third one, my daughter-in-law needed something and her birthday's coming up. And I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and buy her birthday on here and get that knocked out. And then the 4th one that came along was a fundraiser for missions. And I'm like, I have just bought 3 Pampered Chef orders. I really can't turn around and buy from a 4th Pampered Chef person. But I really wish I had known she was going to do that because I would have done that last order for my daughter-in-law. I would have put it on the missions one because I would have loved to have helped that out. So fundraisers are great. Now, I want to have Karen talk about her open house, open carport, and what she did to kind of promote that and how it worked for her. And take it away, Karen. I want everybody to hear how that went for you.
Okay, well, to promote it, I did a series of things, and part of it, I did just exactly what you said we probably shouldn't do too much of, which was pop it out on my personal page. But I did quite a bit because I have a client page. My client group is only about 30. I think I have 31 in there right now. But I have a lot of people that I've invited, or they're even clients, and they never join that group. And I'm like, well, I'm going to get it out there to some other people that I know are interested, but they're not joining the client group. So I started just calling it I said, it's an open house, but I'm going to do it out in the carport. I can't remember why I decided to do that, except that in general in life, it was going to be easier to set up outside than to try to do it inside. I think it was COVID that made me think that people would be more prone to want to come hang out in my carport than to come in the house. So I called it an open carport because, it's an open house, open carport. And I borrowed a table from church and a pop-up tent from a friend and set it up at the end of my driveway or behind my car. And I actually used my car as a secondary display area because I can pop the hatch up and use the back trunk and have some more stuff out there. So I was pleased with the setup and it turned out really well. I did the first one in early April and I had 4 people. I think 4 people came by, but everybody bought something. And it's like every time I do one of these, I think, well, nobody's going to come. I'll invite 1 million people and nobody will be here. But then say 3 people show up, but when the 3 people come and buy $200 worth of stuff, $300 worth of stuff, it's like, well, okay, maybe this is worth it. And with my first one, I got lots of friends from church and choir saying, oh, I can't come. I did it on a Saturday afternoon. That's one thing I learned not to do. I did it on a Saturday afternoon and everybody had ball games, birthday parties, family stuff. Got to take the kids here, And so I had all these interested people who could not come on Saturday. And I thought, well, okay, if I do this again, I'm doing Friday. And I did a Friday, this last Friday from 4 to 7. It was the last day of the sale. And I marketed that way. It's like open house, open carport from 4 to 7, come and go. And it's the last day of the sale. And so I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5 people come. And that was a little over, I think it was around $500 in sales that I got out of 5 people coming. Mm-hmm. And that was worthwhile. I got 1 brand new client from it. Because I was promoting all of this, other people were ordering, but not coming to the open house. Like I had a lady call me just out of the blue, girl I go to choir with, and she said, I have read so many Amazon reviews. I need body lotion. And I thought, well, do you have anything like that? And I said, yes, I do. And so before we got off the phone, I'd send her the link to find out about it. And the next thing I know, she's ordered not just body lotion, but all 3 body care items. And I saw her today and said, you jumped the gun. They're on sale this month now. But, so I think promoting it on your personal page is wise to do in limited. I'm real, you don't want to just be that pushy one that every post, that everything you put out says something about your product. But there are times when I feel like it's to your advantage to put it out there because it's scrolling by on their feed and they see that you've got this thing happening. And so maybe I'll do it. And doing 2 of them in the same month worked really well. I wouldn't have ever thought that, but it did. To do one at the early part of the month and then the end of the month when a sale is then kicked in the whole time, it worked out really well.
And I agree. And especially with the people that said, hey, I can't come, but let me know when you do another one. And you kept up with that and you did follow up. And I think anytime you're having an event, like something at your house, it is totally fine to promote that on your page because you're basically inviting them to a party or to an event or come on out to this. That's totally acceptable to do on your personal page because like you said, you want to get people that aren't necessarily in your group already. So I think that's totally great to do it that way. One thing too, is if you do stuff consistently, and I'm sure you'll have the next time you do something at your house, you'll have people that you want to invite. I have done a Christmas open house at my house for the last probably close to 20 years. And I just kind of plant that seed, early. I don't care if they become my customer in January. Now I'm going to be doing an open house probably between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So you be watching for that. And I have gotten to where I will allow other vendors to come and set up, but they have to promote the event. I don't want them to just come and mooch off my clients. they have to promote the event and they have to invite people. And there have been people that I haven't asked back for various reasons. So I'm super picky. And last year, I even had a lady reach out to me. I didn't know her, and I forget what product she sold. But she called me and said, "Hey, I hear you have a really big open house. Do you mind if I come and set up? I promise I'll promote it." The only thing was I was maxed out. Like, I take all the furniture out so I can put like 4 people in my living room, 2 people in the dining room, two in the kitchen, and I was maxed out of space. And I did show her, my area right here is right off the garage. I said, "Well, you're welcome to set up in my office, but it won't be in the main area." And she chose not to. But if you do something consistently, and if you team up with other vendors, it can be great, because I know some of my customers came to see some of the other stuff that was there. So it gets more people in the door. So that's something. Also, having a traveling basket, and I only put skincare in mine. I don't put the repair products in there. People are too liberal with it if they're not paying for it. But I know we've got samples coming out, and I kind of love-hate relationship with samples. Samples are great for people to see what it feels like and smells like, and to experience it. But if it's not enough, but for a couple of times, and I think our samples are going to be enough for 3 days and 3 nights, you really need to use it. I think a full week at least minimum to kind of see what the benefits are. So I put the products in a basket. I'll take them, let them use them for a week, and then I'll go and pick them back up. So I actually have a new TLC who loved it, but she had just purchased her skincare. So she's going to wait till she runs out. She's already asked me to call her back in a month. I have another lady that's using it. She liked it and wanted to pass it to her daughter. So I've given her permission to do that. So that's a great way. And especially now with everything being in pumps, because before I would give them a spatula for the night cream, but it's way better with everything being in pumps. So that's good. Also,
can I throw something else out? I just realized what else I did. I blatantly bribed people with the open house. I told them that everybody was going to get a free sample and a free gift. And I said, even if you don't have to buy anything, if you just come to my open house, you'll get this free sample. So I did little samples of the cleanser, and I tried to give them enough for like 3 days, 2-3 days. I think I put eight or 9 pumps in there because I knew it would last. I wanted them to have it long enough to get the feel and to see what it would be like. And then I went to the Vera Bradley outlet and thought, surely I can find something that's like $5 or less that would, because I'm in a circle of women who adore that stuff. I don't always, but man, give me all the little patterns and all this stuff. So I went down there and ran onto the little zippered ID things, and they ended up being about $5 a piece. And I bought a bunch of them, and I have them in a bowl. And I thought, if I don't use them all right now, I got them for the next time. Mm-hmm. And I felt like that was just a way to show some appreciation, because most of the time when I do an event like this, a lot of the people who come are already my people. They're already my clients. And so I'm just giving them a little, carrot, a little happy for coming. And that worked out. That worked out well. So I just happened to think about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that gives me another idea, because you do have some of those. You can do a special on your client page. You
could give away.
You could say everybody that places a $75 order in the month of May gets one of these for free from me.
Aren't you smart? Okay, that's a good idea. I got to jot that down. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Another thing, I found myself, I'm always like looking for my before and after pictures, zipping through my pictures. I take a lot of pictures, y'all. I have a business Instagram page. I really don't spend a lot of time promoting on Instagram because most of the people, I'm not trying to market my product to strangers. I'm not saying I don't want strangers as customers. I'm just saying I prefer to market my product to people that I know. And most people that I know in my age group, we're all on Facebook. So that's where I spend most of my marketing time. But I like having a business Instagram because I can easily, instead of trying to pull up the pictures in my phone, I can go to my Instagram and you can scroll and find stuff very fast, and it's all in one place. Also, you can find a hair salon that will possibly let you set up and offer to do free makeovers. So while they're there getting their hair done, You can let them wash their face, and you can do a quick facial on them and makeover. You can invite clients over for a one-to-one. I have a lady that she and her niece are going to come. Just the two of them are going to come to my office, and we're going to do skincare and makeup. You can also make it a habit to share the opportunity 3 times every week. And if that sounds like a lot, because maybe you don't get out of the house, 3 times a month, or, whatever, but set a goal to share the opportunity. I think sometimes we forget, we get so busy sharing product. And also the people that we're speaking to, they may not be interested, but they may know someone who is. So don't forget to share the opportunity. And people that are interested, in one way you can do that are the Thursday night opportunity events with Philip. They do that every Thursday night. So if you want to invite people to hop on that call, that's a great way to talk to people about the opportunity. So I'm going to just kind of stop there because it's like throwing spaghetti at the wall. You're going to have a few strands that stick. So whatever, I hope you guys heard something that maybe you might like to try. And if Karen or Nelda, if y'all have anything you want to comment or add, I'd love to hear some feedback.
I think I've talked enough. Come on, Nelda, say something.
Well, I can't think of anything right now. I will say that sometime, maybe in either the next Zoom or the one after that, I would be willing to train on how to do Instagram Reels.
Okay, you're hired.
Because I'm in the process of learning how to do that and do it effectively.
Good deal. We did one for my pound class, and anyway, but I don't know how to. And if you know how to take the Instagram reel and post it on Facebook, I don't know how to do that either. I would post it. I would totally post it if I knew how.
Well, you just connect your Facebook and your Instagram.
Okay, see, that's already above my pay grade.
Yeah.
So yeah. I would love for you to do that.
That way, anything you post, like if you've got them connected, if you post on your Facebook stories, it automatically posts on your Instagram.
Yeah, I know there's a way to do it, but like I have 3 Instagrams and 3 Facebooks. Because I have my personal Facebook, my business, my client group, and then I have my business page, which, you know the difference in those. And then Instagram, I have my personal Instagram, my business Instagram, and then one for my quilts. So I have all these multiple pages, and I'm sure there's a way to link them up. But that would be great, and we will plan on doing that. And that'll be our June Zoom call. So I'll get with you, Nelda, and just confirm the date and make sure it's good for you. And if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know. And congratulations, everybody, on your great sales for the month of April.
I put together a page or in my stories and invite people that if you want to know more, and I didn't really even talk about the product or what the product was, but what it did for me. And then I told them, if you want more information, here's the link to my VIP group. And in the VIP group, then I did a lot more promoting there. And I push the TLC pretty regular in my VIP group.
I need to do more of that.
Yeah.
And that's a great, also giving them the benefits and not just, here's the product, it's on sale. Like, well, what does the product do for me? So that's a great reminder.
Right. What I know that's actually in another company is doing in her private group, a product information thing about one product at a time every single day of the month for the May. I'm thinking about doing that in my VIP group. So I think it's a great idea.
That's a great idea.